The G.I. Joe team had its first fan stream of 2023, and there was a ton of information. There's a lot to unpack, featuring a ton of new reveals, new pre-orders, and one possible accidental reveal from Hasbro that we'll talk about later in the video. Let's jump right in. First up with the product that went live for pre-order today, which includes Shipwreck. Seen here hanging out, this guy is pretty much a one-for-one redo of the real American Hero figure. He looks cool. He looks like he stepped right out of the cartoon series into this toy form. He's sporting a ton of accessories that were already associated with him, which even includes a fully painted Polly. I think a lot of people are going to be happy with this one. Next up, we have Rock and Roll. Now, here's a figure when I think about the previous 3D render and how it didn't do him justice. In my previous videos, I really wasn't sold. Now I am. I really like how beefy he looks. I really like how he handles all his gear. The artwork on his arm is truly amazing, and he is a really nice addition to the team. Can't wait to see this guy in person. Next, we have Copperhead, another potential Cobra troop builder, depending on how you view your Joe universe. I've never been really a fan of him, and if you check out my ranking video, you can see that I had him at the bottom of the list. I'm sure people will pick him up, hoping that I will end up with a classified moccasin at some point. That being said, I'm sure there are Copperhead fans out there that are happy to see him up for pre-order. After that, we have Torpedo, who is by far my most wanted figure from this wave. He comes with so much gear and just looks amazing. I can't wait to get him. I would assume we'll get an Eels at some point as well, but this guy is a must pre-order. The pictures they managed to snap of him in the water are truly next level. Torpedo is at the top of my pre-order list. How about you? Next, we have Bazooka. There's not much to say about Bazooka, as we've already seen the Tiger Force version on store shelves. Interesting to note though, Bazooka comes in the old style of packaging. In the end, he is a true force to be reckoned with. Old style packaging, you say? Well, see, so at this point you may have noticed that this wave is sporting a new package design. I for one really like it. I still miss the plastic window, but this packaging is a step in the right direction. Let us know what you think about the packaging in the comment section below. Also, if you aren't subscribed, think about subscribing and possibly leaving a like if you're enjoying our content. Then we have our Cobra Deluxe in the form of Scrap Iron. I think they did a really good job on him, although I was a bit surprised by his face, as it's not something we usually get to see. However, that and the drone really came together nicely. Love those blast effects. Since he's the Deluxe, he is at a higher price point, but it seems to be justified based on everything he comes with. That is one truly cool drone. This stream's exclusive is Snow Job, which I have to say I'm a little bit disappointed in. Snow Job was right up there with Torpedo as a must get for me. However, living in Canada, making this exclusive to Hasbro Pulse makes it difficult to acquire. Previous exclusives such as Mindbender and Serpentor were handled by GameStop. Fingers crossed this works out in a similar fashion, but I'll worry about that later. Snow Job comes with a ton of accessories to get the job done, and he is by far one of the best figures I've seen come out of the classified series so far. So this guy, I'm sure, is going to light up the pre-order list and going to drive some sales. Then you have the Cobra Female 2-pack, which has been renamed to the Cobra Valkyries, which I have to say I've always been kind of lukewarm on. However, I'm sure there are fans out there. This 2-pack is exclusive to Hasbro Pulse as well. There are going to be army builders out there that are all over this release, and the Joes are going to be in for some trouble. Then we have our name-only additions. So the Joe team has to keep the pipeline flowing. We have Quick Kick, Big Boa, and Mutt and Junkyard. These are awesome additions. Like I had mentioned in another previous speculation video, we were for sure going to see Mutt, as he is a fan favorite. The ongoing Marauder series gives him an easy built-in repaint, bringing his cost down on development. Both Big Boa and Quick Cook are nice additions as well, and we will welcome them to the main line in the future announcement. Then the team showed off a new batch of 3D renders showcasing what fans can expect in the next stream. We got Lowlight, who, like I speculated, would be heavily based on the modern 3 3/4 figure, coming with a ton of accessories to get the job done. His goggles can be removed, and his gun can be packed away in his bag and placed on his back. Then you have Shadow Tracker, another modern figure coming to the classified line. He has some insane detail work and some really cool accessories. Of course, Firefly is a fan favorite, and he gets his second chance at the line, sporting a more traditional, a real American hero look, and including more traditional items for his character. This one is going to be a must get for a lot of collectors. Lastly, Lastly, we have Tunnel Rat, who like Shipwreck is basically a 1-for-1 of his Real American Hero version. He includes everything you would expect from a Tunnel Rat release, right down to the double flashlights that you may end up losing. As we mentioned at the top of the video, some eagle-eye fans may have noticed that Hasbro may have accidentally revealed a future release in this Arctic Bat, seen here in the background as some of the snow job shots. One can only assume we will get an official announcement in a future stream. Maybe he'll show up in the Snow Serpent wave. We had previously mentioned the idea of an Arctic Bat repaint in a previous video, and only time will tell when we get more details. So many great figures. Classified is doing amazing. My wallet is hurting for sure. We've got to see a lot of figures from today's stream. Now we need to get some more vehicles. If you want to know potentially what vehicles we could see show up at retail, check out this video here. We're posting videos and shorts weekly. Continue with us, check out the next video, and come back and watch more. See you in the next one.